Hi everybody, how's it going? We're here with a timeless reading. We're going to see who the first zodiac is that comes out, and that's who we're going to dedicate the reading to. All right. I'm looking at Ten of Swords, Five of Pentacles. I'm also seeing King of Cups here. There are a lot of heavy energies that I've been seeing for the last couple days, but all of it looks like I'm seeing a lot of heavy energies, which means that there's sort of there can be like a big event that's happening within the energy, or you can feel like something's coming to a head. I've been seeing like a lot of tens, but also like a lot of aces as well, or like we have the Fool here, which has been coming out. So what I'm seeing is that something has closed off is how I'm hearing it. And you may like not be feeling great because of that, because of like whatever this was that just finished or whatever it was that just ended. This can also, it feels even like you just made it through a cycle and you're feeling like maybe exhausted after this. Like maybe it asked a lot of you, from you. You can feel like, because we have Pentacles, this can be from a financial standpoint, this asked a lot from me. From a physical standpoint, this asked a lot from me. From a energetic standpoint, this asked a lot from me. From a mental standpoint, this asked a lot from me. So whatever this is, it's done now, but you could feel like, yeah, it's over, but now I'm completely depleted in some way. So you could feel like maybe you don't feel like you're better for it, not right now anyway. Having the King of Cups feels like doing what you need to do to get it together with this. See how this card of usually like not feeling great with whatever it is that we've been going through is sort of like looking over to the King of Cups of like, I wish that I could feel centered like that. I wish that I was like handling things the way that I feel like I actually can. So I think that this is you feeling inspired to maybe maneuver through this in a particular way, maybe a different way than you normally do, because then we also have the Fool coming out. So the Fool is like, hey, maybe if we can look at things in a different way than we normally do, or handle this in a different way than we normally do, or like evolve or sort of switch it up somehow, this can be sort of a new or different type of experience. So it feels like whatever that thing was that you were going through, it's done now. Now you're dealing with the aftermath of that. You're sort of like coming to terms with things. This can be like something feeling-wise, emotionally, energetically, sentimentally, because we have the Cups here. And then having the Fool, it's like, are we going to handle this situation maybe differently than we have before? Are we going to do this a different way? Maybe like try a new way, try a new route. The thought of that may be feeling like a little bit too much right now, given sort of what you just went through. Okay. Things are picking up. It does look like you're moving towards something that you want to be doing here. So it's interesting too, having these cards come out sort of in clumps like this one did and this pile did as well. You could feel like it's like things being thrown at you, you go through it, and then there can be a period of things feeling more quiet, or almost like what's gonna happen, like that type of thing, and then you feel like stuff is thrown on you again. So it can feel like it's picking up and picking up and picking up and like busy, and then it sort of feels like nothing's happening, like things are almost suspended, and then things start, like I'm seeing a chain. It reminds me of like on a roller coaster when the chain has to sort of like catch to move things around, and when there's that whole like quick movement of everything versus when there's like a changing of hands happening, and then the chain catches again and there's the moving around that's going on. I'm seeing that you're moving, but to have the Fool here is like you may have to do something differently. You may have to be open to something over here. So the Fool is like a calling if you're open to it, which is always going to be a choice. Are you open to it? This kind of looks like a panda bear from over here a little bit. That's what it's reminding me of. So you have that. feels like you need to get like recovered enough to recognize that this is happening, that something is calling to you. So this thing that's calling to you, I'm seeing it looks like it would put you very quickly onto a path that you would be moving on. So you would move quickly. Maybe this isn't something you would normally do. Maybe you'd like be taking it easy normally. Something like this. This is something that's like calling you to action, like, hey, come on, let's go. Like, you just got done with that marathon. Come on, we're going somewhere else now. Like that type of thing. So moving over here, this is about getting something started. Like, I'm going to start walking this way now. And also, having Knight of Wands here can feel like you're in a position where maybe you want to be led by excitement right now, to have all these wands come out at once. You may also be like meeting somebody or connecting with someone like just for the sake of having fun or something like that. Like you feel drawn to something, because these can be two different people. It can also be just you, but this can also be two people where it's like you're over here, there's an intention to do something, and you may have somebody that's like want to come along with me, you know, like both of you guys are going the same way anyway, like that type of thing. You may feel a bit dubious of this person. I feel like you guys have a similar vibe, but there's, I don't know what this is. Maybe you intended to do this alone even. The closest thing that I can sort of like connect this with, as far as familiarity, it feels almost like a rebound that's happening. Because 10 of Swords would be something is closing out, but it's done because it's a 10. So that's like the final of a cycle. It's the final of a chapter. It's the final of a situation. That thing isn't, it's like over now, whatever it was. Having 8 of Wands be connected with the Fool, it feels like you're going right into like something new, or you're going right into an adventure, or you're going right into exploring something different. And having the Fool be here, this could potentially be like something you've never done before, or something that's not like the norm for you, like that type of thing. And I'm seeing you're going straight into it. So it feels almost like I'm not worried about recovering from this last thing, but maybe you feel like this is the best thing that's going to shake you out of it, because maybe you don't need to be sitting around feeling sorry for yourself if that's like how you're seeing it. You could be looking at this space and being like, if I do nothing and I just sink into that, I feel like I'm going to be cutting myself short in some way, or like taking an opportunity away from myself. This doesn't feel like a moment where you're like, I'm not seeing anything about your guides being like, you need to actually sit down and rest now. I'm seeing more so it be like, we need to get you up and get you moving, like that type of thing. So you're not sitting here dwelling on this, whatever it is that's going on. So your guides are like, now let's get you into, it's like, join the basketball team now. Like, let's get you to go like move around and see if you like this. And it's not just a random basketball team, you never thought about basketball before. This is just an example. This is the type of thing where it's like, you've always thought that basketball was interesting, and now your guides are like, so let's go try it out now. So it feels like, maybe you also feel like, you know when you hit a low, or it feels like that, and so you're like, well, I'll try anything now because it can't get worse than this. It feels like this is going to work to your advantage by seeing things in this way, and then opening yourself up because you're like, well, I can't fail more, or it can't be worse than this, you know? So you're like, I'll try anything. So now it like opens you up in a whole different way, or in a whole new way. So that's what I'm seeing is going on here. And it feels like you're going to allow this part of yourself to like drive and inspire you. And I think that something really beautiful is going to be created from this, because this is actually somewhere where you sort of like catch up with yourself or meet yourself. And this event actually broke you out of something that you're now emerging from. But you could have been seeing it totally different in the beginning. Like, this is the worst thing ever. How is this going to benefit me? But I'm seeing that it's actually meant to lead to a very big change. To have both the Fool here and also the Death card, this is something like transformative. This is something very different that you're going to be doing now. And you can feel like this also gives you the opportunity to have things sort of, have your maybe environment catch up with where you are with things. I saw 10:44 on the time. That maybe, let's look it up actually. See. It encourages you to be brave, follow your passions, and stay true to yourself. I'm also seeing stuff about like remembering the skills that you've acquired thus far as well. If you decide to really if you look at this and you're like, I'm really open to it, I'm gonna take the jump, I'm gonna see what happens, this is gonna change something big time for you. And as you're going through this transition, you're gonna look back at whatever this was that was this situation for you and be like, wow, that was the beginning. So I'm seeing this be the mark of something that feels very important. However, as you were getting to the end of this, you could have felt like it was the worst thing, but it usually takes a situation like that to really be open to changing things in a big way. Even though you are connected with the fire within you, having King of Cups here shows you being grounded and present too, and that also being part of this. So there is that fire and that excitement and that adventure and exploration, and there's also this part of yourself too that is aware of what's going on and aware of what's going on within and without, like all of the things. I'm seeing a lot about stuff resting on you. You can feel like this is like yours to make it what it's going to be, and there can also be a focus as well. I did see the Emperor a couple times. I'm also seeing Scorpio here. There can be some Aries energy. There can be Mars energy in general. I'm also seeing Uranus. You may start acting from a place of feeling like taking these steps when you feel guided to take these steps, even if you don't immediately see like let's say that you're walking across a pond, okay? You're going to take these inspired steps, and even if you don't see a stone necessarily in front of you where that next step is going to be, it's like having the faith that it's going to be there, so when you step down, like something will be there to support that step that you're taking. And going into this with like that type of mentality and that type of attitude, and that you're going to find that something will always be there every step of the way. But this is going to be like a different way of doing things than had been done before. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.